And we are live on that said Facebook. We've still got people coming in. Welcome everybody to another webinar with the fine folks at Very Social. Many of you have seen me posting about this because I am a client and I frankly love their platform. It is creating a ton of engagement for my IG and helping me grow. Which is really helping the algorithm on my Instagram. These guys are experts at the platform. And today we are going to go deep on creating content to drive leads. Let me say that one more time. Content to drive leads, which is what we're all after. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another webinar with us. Daria and Ryan from Very Social. Welcome, guys.
Hi, hey, Jeff.
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you guys take it away. Why don't you start with just a little quick little snippet for those who might be on for the first time. Just give them a quick little background about you guys, and then let's dive right in.
Sure. So my name is Ryan Garson. I'm the co-founder of Very Social. I'm also a broker. I think, the business started because I saw a need. Daria was working for an agency and doing my social on the side, and she just absolutely killed it. I sold 3 apartments in 2019 through my social media. And that's when I had my aha moment that pretty much every broker needs to be marketing themselves on social media, on Instagram. The way that I think about Instagram is that it's like a website and a newsletter all in one. It's the perfect place to provide engaging content, to connect with your sphere, on a daily basis, and that just leads to you being top of mind, and just engaging with them, which leads to conversations, which leads to sales. So Daria and I started Very Social, and we are a social media agency that manages your social, helps you create content, and we focus in the real estate community.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so, my name is Daria, and I'm also co-founder of Very Social. I've been in the social media world for the last 10 years. When Instagram started, is how I got into this world. It became part of my DNA. I've been working in real estate for the last 5 years, everything from luxury new developments in New York City to working with real estate agents. So Ryan and I, when we met up, we felt like our skills and our knowledge will be really, really useful for this gap that is missing, because we felt like there was no social media agency that would provide real estate agents truly customized and strategic social media services. So basically we started that a year ago and we never looked back. And we're super excited to be presenting today for you guys.
Awesome. Let us dive right in. So I'll let you guys take it from here, and I'll just be a peanut gallery with either my questions or questions from the group.
Yeah, so basically today's subject is how to create content that will lead to leads. And we're going to be mainly concentrating on in feed, because we feel like that's when people truly make an opinion of you, when they decide whether they want to follow you or not. And that's why we believe that your content has to be dynamic and different. So we're going to discuss content pillars. So what is a content pillar? It's a subset of topics or themes which creates the foundation for your overall content strategy. So basically it's different themes you're going to be showcasing on your Instagram. I would truly believe making it different. That's what's going to get you like more engagement and really differentiate your Instagram, and not just make it purely about real estate, because no one wants just to see pictures of listings. People want to see who you are, your personality, your sense of humor, who are your customers, even your personal life. People want to see that. So here we kind of summed up some really good topics that we do recommend for real estate agents. Of course, listings, anything new listings, in contract, which is price, sold listings. Even when you don't have a current listings, but you still want to post about like real estate and your past listings, we do recommend having posts like my favorite listings with marble countertops. So my favorite listings with pools, and kind of showcasing the properties that you work with.
Also, real quick, just to touch on the listings, this is such a powerful tool, Instagram and social media for marketing your listing. So when I have a new listing, I always do like the top 5 reasons why this apartment is a winner. And then I boost the ad. And I always tell my sellers, and this already starts from the pitch. I'm pitching what I'm going to be doing for them on social media. I'm pitching to them, a 2-month content creation plan. How am I going to keep this listing top of mind? And so I'm also talking to them. I'm like, who's the buyer? What's the demographic? Is it a young family? Is it a young professional? Is it a pied-à-terre? And then I'm kind of tailoring my marketing and the copy to that buyer, and then I'm actually targeting them, through a boosted ad. So, as an agent, you want to be promoting your listings, and then, you could talk about it, like you could actually, in your pitch deck, you could show people like what you've done in the past, like on Instagram. Like now, with so much competition out there, like you want to have that edge, and not every agent is marketing their properties on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, so this is part of our 101 marketing, and we take it very seriously, and it produces results.
So another really important subject that will really showcase your expertise and will provide value to your followers is market updates. So basically, it's a snapshot of the monthly report containing data about statistics for real estate in your area, really showing that you're on top of things, that you're expert in your area, and sharing them monthly with your followers. Of course, real estate tips is another big one. So graphic cater to those getting their foot in through the door in real estate, or any tips and advice ranging from how to close the sale to drawing in new and potential clients, home renovation, first home buyers. Just really, like, people really want to follow somebody who will give them knowledge and value. That's why we believe by doing that on constantly will really attract these followers to your page. And of course, talking about real estate trends. So anything related to the type of home, even interior design. Again, it's kind of similar to real estate tips, but I guess it's more about actual property and the new trends that are right now in fashion. We believe that really showcases your expertise in staging and things like that. Another thing we try to put for our clients is any advertisement or promotion, whether it's their open house, or interview, or Instagram live, or any type of event. We do have event calendars that we submit to our clients every month that they fill out, which we take into consideration and make sure that our strategy is aligned with every event that's happening in agent's life. And of course, inspiration. Like, I think it's really interesting to see the type of stuff that you love and inspires you. It could be anything from interior design posts, or architect, or even a beautiful building in your city. And we also believe in motivational posts, so motivational quotes, or something that truly like inspires you and showcases your personality and your interests besides real estate. And of course, another thing that's really crucial is client testimonials. We usually design beautiful graphics with testimonials from the clients of our clients, and we believe that's something that people truly look at when they choose an agent. And the last but not least, it's your personal life, it's your family, it's things you love to do. I mean, the sky's the limit here. You can do anything from your favorite restaurants to your travel, anything. Again, people want to follow you because you're a person, you're real, and we always tell our clients your page should be 70% or 80% personal, and then 25% real estate, because everyone can go on the website of your brokerage and look through listings. People want to see your personality shine. That's why we really advise our clients to really showcase their personal life as well.
If I can chime in real quick, just because I'm so passionate about what you just talked about. What Daria just said is very important. So for those of you listening, and those who are relatively new to social media or relatively new to integrating this into your strategy, 75 to 80% of your content should actually be authentic, personal content, not everything she just went over right there. That's what you just plug in to display your brand, to display your business. But it's integral and crucial to share your life. And whatever it is you're passionate about, no matter what you think they will think, there will be people that have the same passions. Even if it's crocheting, no offense to any crocheters, there's going to be crocheters out there who love your content and become raving fans. That's how you grow your social media eyeballs and your audience to then create more opportunities when you're doing your business. I'll let you guys take. Actually, I have one quick question I want to hit on real fast because we get this every time. Will the audience have access to these slides after the webinar before you guys go on?
We can definitely provide them, yeah.
There you go.
And just real quick, just going off the content pillars, and I agree with everything that what Jeff said, that, this is a mix of your personal and your business. And, Instagram drives your business, but the way that we see it, it's like your own reality TV. It's your own reality TV show. So you have to keep it entertaining, keep it fun. But at the same time, you want to put the time and effort in to drive business. And these pillars right here that we're offering, like real estate tips and market updates, this is the kind of content that keeps you top of mind as you're the real estate broker for your sphere of influence.
Definitely. And I mean, there is a reason why people are watching, following guys from $1 Million Listing on Instagram, or even, let's say, Kardashians, right? Because people want to see what's happening in their real personal life. And you will notice when you watch even those reality shows, 80% of them is personal life, and then they sprinkle 25% of their work, and the reason why people are watching, because they want to see your personality. So we always treat it as a reality show, your Instagram.
And also, what we do at Very Social is we're strategic about this. So we give you a social media audit and really break you down, and we create these content pillars for your business and for your personal. And then what we do is we put a calendar together a month in advance that's very strategic. So it all aligns with your brand and your coloring. And, it has real estate posts, the personal posts. So that's a big part of what we do. And we put a lot of time, energy to really, make your overall social media, look good.
So here we have prepared some examples of these content pillars for you guys to look. Ryan, you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, so just like we said, diversifying your content. The very first, the middle picture is a picture of my cousin and I. We're at a local coffee shop. I obviously tagged the coffee shop. You want to show you. You want to have really good pictures of you. That was actually, I think it was a professional picture. We're big proponents of lifestyle shoots. Find a photographer, go around your city or your town and just take pictures. Take pictures at popular spots. Instagram is picture centric. So you want these visual, engaging pictures. You don't want dark, and you want the pictures to look good. And you don't have, your iPhone is just as, you could take great photos from your iPhone. But pictures are important. And then, having quotes, having, just beautiful, aesthetic architectural pictures. You really want to mix up the grid. So, you have personal, you have quotes. When people are looking to follow you, they have a 6-second window to make that decision if they want to follow you. So, you want to have a good variety of different pictures that they'll want to, follow you and be entertained, and, where you could add value.
Yeah, so if you can see the quote on the left is about architecture. So that was for a client who absolutely loves architecture, and he sells beautiful homes, and he really wants to put emphasis on that. So we prepared this graphic for him using this quote from Norman Foster, legendary architect. So we really tried, our work and strategy so customized, it's not cookie cutter that we do the same thing for everyone. We really truly taken into consideration the type of properties you're selling, the kind of business, the kind of interests you have, and like your aesthetics. Like this guy, he loves color blue, he loves minimalistic design. So we designed this content over here for him on the left. So here, another thing that we find super engaging is real estate infographics. So you can see here is some amazing examples, which is truly engaging. And one of the things, how we measure success for our clients is engagement. So amount of DMs they will get, the amount of replies they will get to their story, answers, the amount of people who vote on the polls, people who comment under their pictures. So we truly believe these infographics are the ones that create the most engagement, comments, and saves and forwards. So you can see here, for instance, it's a fun quiz in the middle what people think buying an apartment looks like, and then you go through this whole thing, which is like really interesting, engaging, and we have an amazing team of graphic designers who actually can design something like this for you using like your brand colors, your logos. You can see like this one we did for Ryan, like you can see his logo on the top, on the bottom left. And then on the right, you can see Mortgage Monday. So what if I don't qualify for the loan? And then there are steps, again, how to go through the process. And you can see through these infographics, you're truly providing your followers value and information, and you're showcasing yourself as an expert. So when people really glance through your feed, they can see, okay, this guy, this woman, he knows what they're doing. They know their style. They're on top of trends and have a good eye. They know they're always on top of things. So we truly think that being so diverse is truly important, and just posting images, like pretty images of real estate, unfortunately doesn't create that type of engagement.
Just real quick about these infographics. First off, I love that middle one. What people think buying an apartment looks like. Look at houses, make an offer, close the deal. Absolutely not. Like if you look at all the different steps, every real estate broker knows like that there's 100 emails, there's back and forth conversations. So, you know, we have a lot of different graphics that we come up with that could relate to our clients, and you could find them online if you want to just, you know, do your own thing. But it's kind of like a mix and match from your personal to like actually having like, you know, a graphics where there's not pictures of you. So this is something that we advise to incorporate in like our marketing mix. And then, you know, there's your in-feed post, and then there's your story. So I sent out a mortgage, like how to get pre-approved. And I had 2 people reach out to me and said, you know what, I'm actually thinking about, you know, getting pre-approved, and I want to know how much I could buy. And I connected them with a mortgage broker. So, you know, it's just like being consistent with providing these value add graphics, you know, really, you know, makes you top of mind for your clients. And it just starts with it starts with a conversation. It starts with a DM that leads into another conversation. So, you know, this is part of your marketing mix. You know, you're having your personal picks, you're having your real estate tips, and like having like real infographics like this is just a way to be top of mind for your clients, where you look like the industry expert.
Yeah, and always never forget at the end of your caption or your story text, always include a call to action. Ask a question or invite them to contact you for any information, because these are super important. You think, oh, you know, it doesn't work, it works. Never forget call to action in your caption.
And if I can add a personal testimonial to this, so there's a couple of things I want to touch on. Is they mentioned that they will give you feedback on your account. So I consider myself pretty good at social media, but even then I learned a ton from this like 10 or 15 page report that they sent me, where they took a deep dive on my Instagram account. And then what they did was they said, okay, we see, Jeff, that you have kind of somewhat of a consistent aesthetic look with colors, and it was yellow and light blue. I don't even know where the hell that came from. I know where the light blue came from, but it just happened to be that way. And so they said, we're going to take it one step further, and we're going to make everything consistently that color. So like when you're seeing orange and black here, that's Very Social's color, right? Or that's Ryan's colors. For me, it's yellow and light blue. So if you go look at me on Instagram, you'll see that aesthetically, you can see that a lot of my content is very consistent, and that's really, really important. And they do a lot of that for you. I love it. And so whatever that is for you, they're not only going to give you that diagnosis, so they're going to give you a big report or feedback on what your account, what you could do better, what you're doing good already, but then they're going to actually create this stuff for you and make it how you want it so it matches your brand, which I thought was really awesome.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
So I think Ryan wants to talk about this one, but as I mentioned, personal and collaboration posts.
Yeah, so this Gotan, what I did, this was a great promotion. I partnered up with this charity, the Feeding Hungry charity, and for every like I got on this post, I donated $1 to Feeding Hungry, and I think I raised like $2,500, and it was almost like 500 meals. So it was like I went to Gotan. It's a popular coffee chain, and I did a partner with them. They promoted me and to all of their followers, which was over 10,000. And then I did the same thing with the charity. And just having your family involved, having tagging other like Berto is a title agent that's a client of ours, and he likes to collaborate with other agents and promote other agents. So he did a promotion for another agent's listing, and he's always like tagging other agents. So you always want to be collaborating with people in your community, with other businesses, and really with other agents. Other agents are a big part of your business. So whenever I have like my new listings, or I do a behind the scenes and I'm doing a photo shoot, agents are always DMing me and they're like, oh, where's the listing? It looks great. So, you want to collaborate with people in your community.
Yeah, it's also where like balance really comes in. Like as you could see on the previous slide, we had beautifully, perfectly designed pictures. And here you can see like more family photos, selfie. So we truly believe it's all about really balancing those things from being super prepared and sleek to being real and more personal. Let me just move on to another slide. So also we believe this is an example of Labco's graphics we did for Labco's Instagram. So it's really important to be showcase the community and really be in touch, not just with your professional, with your audience, with your customers, but also with your fellow agents and being the leader in that industry and really communicate with them. So we believe that if you want to be a leader, let's say in real estate, you really have to make this engagement with your colleagues, which we think is really important. Again, sharing your knowledge, collaborating, whether it is doing Instagram lives or tagging each other in the photo, or just spiking conversation with your fellow colleagues brings so much more engagement and views on your page.
And also just real quick, if you look at this is kind of an example of like when we create a calendar, like what the grid looks like. It just, everything aligns, like all the colors, like the branding. And that's really important because when people come back to your page and they're looking to follow you, they're not just looking at one individual post, they're looking at the grid. So we put a lot of time and effort in the way that the posts go out to make sure that grid just looks awesome.
Yeah, again, if you have a big team, for instance, we believe it's really important to introduce your team members and tell more about who they are, their personality, their expertise, what kind of real estate they specialize in. So again, having this conversation with your community, with your industry is as important as having conversation with your customers. So, Ryan, it's yours.
But you know what? I think we should talk, since we're talking about transactional posts, we might as well talk about doing transactions with Very Social. We want to give you an idea of like what we charge. So we have 3 packages. We have I always mess this up. What is it? Get seen, get noticed, and
get attention.
And get attention. So package A, B, and C. So package A, get seen, you get 12 in-feed posts per month. You get 12 Instagram stories per month. You get 12 hours of manual engagement per month, and you get a social media audit every month. And that is $1,000. So get noticed is $1,000 per month. And then for get noticed, it's 16 in-feed posts per month, 16 stories per month, and 16 hours of manual growth. And get attention or get notice, what's the package C, is 20 in-feed posts per month, 20 stories per month, and 20 hours of manual engagement. And just to and that's $2,000 per month. So, our packages start from 1,000 to 2,000. And then for the lab coats promotion, what we're doing is we'll bump you up from package A to package B for the first month. And we have a $500 onboarding fee, which we cut in half to $250. So those are our packages. And just to kind of touch on the manual engagement, what we do is we have a growth team that will find certain hashtags, geotags, and popular pages that fit your demographic. And our growth team will spend up to 12 hours per month engaging on those hashtags, which will, they're going to be liking and DMing and commenting on people with certain like $1 million listing or, New York City townhome. And then those people that are in your market are going to be, going to your page. They're going to look at that grid and they're going to follow you. So we're seeing anywhere from, 300 to 400 new followers per month that are all organic and really targeted to your market.
So we're talking about transactional post, Ryan?
So transactional post, you want to show your success. You want people to know that you're selling, that the market's moving, that you're doing transactions. So, we always like to do the humble brag and, have when apartments are in contract or just sold. So that's, I think, a big part of your marketing mix.
Yeah, you can tell, we also make sure we use your branding. So your fonts, your logo. So all of these posts are really highly customized. Here's another really good example of real estate infographics. And again, some of the showcases our graphic design abilities and our creative abilities. So you can see, again, spiking conversation is really important. So in the middle, you see Ryan create this post where he asks his audience, how do you unwind after a long day of work? Comment below. And then you can create a similar graphic for your story and start conversation on the story and in feed. Also here, he also spikes this conversation with his fellow colleagues and people who is his audience and potential customers, where he's asking, how can I improve my credit score? And then at the bottom, he would just give a nice expertise, his opinion, how to do that. So we feel like these things are truly what spikes the conversation and lead to leads. That's when you start a conversation with a person, ask about their problem, concern, or interest, and then this is how you attract customers.
If I can, Daria, if I can give my take on that too, just because some of you might be able to relate to me. I'm not really much of a small talk person. I don't really get into a lot of conversations with people just because. And so, but I play the social media game. And so if you're like me, you have to understand that you're asking these questions, even though if you're like me, you're thinking to yourself, I really don't care how their day was or how they unwind after work. But I'm going to play the game because I want to spark conversations, which can then lead to a more in-depth conversation about business. And that's really the point of it. Now, if you're like a high I, you're going to dig this big time. But if you're more like me, who's a high D, and then I've got a lot of analytical in me, I love to have a good time, don't get me wrong, but I don't really want to sit on my couch at night and engage a bunch of how do you unwind after work, but there's a purpose to it. And so understand that. So if you are like me and you're thinking to yourself, oh gosh, this sucks, there's a purpose to it. And a lot of these, I know, Ryan, you can attest to this, these little basic questions can lead to transactional questions and conversations, which then lead to deals.
And also, even people who are just a first-time home buyers, people who don't think they need an agent. When you have these interesting posts which are engaged and provide value, people will always keep you in their minds. And whenever time comes for them to buy, sell, rent, they'll remember, oh, I remember Ryan, he was just so engaging, so knowledgeable, and he had tips about how to improve your credit score, how to buy your first home. I'm going to reach out to him. So it's all about building your online presence, your branding, and actually making people remember who you are. If it could be not necessarily right now, like, oh, I make a post and I get a customer. Sometimes it happens in a couple of months. It happened to Ryan, actually. Remember, Ryan, this is when you had a lead from your ex-girlfriend, I think it was.
From who? From what girlfriend?
Your ex-girlfriend. Remember how, like, you got in touch, and then you posted this post about the apartment you were selling, and she responded to your.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm probably getting close to 60 DMs a month, and some of them are just small chit chat, but they're also, I'm talking to people maybe that I haven't talked to in 10 years that see something that interests them. I think I post so much that people aren't going to like engage with me for every single post that I do, but like I do such a diverse amount of posts and like where I am asking for some sort of engagement that it's like I just have to get that one post about something that spurs somebody. But sellers, a lot of people that own property are following me, and they're seeing what I'm doing, and they're seeing that how I'm marketing my other properties, and they appreciate that. And every pitch that I go into, like, social media is a conversation. When I'm talking about selling someone's property, they're asking me what's going on, like how are you doing with social media? And so, like, I think once you have that brand that you're out there, that you're posting, it just helps. It's part of your marketing mix. You're doing more than the average broker. You're forward thinking.
So we mentioned that before, but keeping your aesthetic really consistent is really important. And Jeff also talked about it. So whenever we onboard a new client, really discuss them with their favorite colors, what kind of style they like, what is their branding. So we not just like come with these concepts ourselves, or sometimes clients, you know what, I have no idea, leave me. So we can always give them our ideas about the colors, branding, and style we envision for them. So even when we provide you with an audit, when we onboard you, we have a slide just purely dedicated to visuals, where we really break down, okay, we see these color palette for you, we see this type of font, we'll see this kind of graphics, etc., etc. So here you can see it's one of our clients, Berto, like he really loves minimalism and he loves color red, and that's also the color of his company. So you can see here we did a bunch of posts for him where we introduce who he is. There's a quote, there's a testimonial, just to give you an idea how we work when it comes to visuals.
And again, this is like it's like a website. Your Instagram page is like your website and newsletter all wrapped in one. And having that consistent branding throughout is really important, because again, they're looking at your grid and they're coming back and like, this person is a professional, I want to work with him. So these graphics, having them part of your marketing mix, it just helps with your overall brand appeal.
And let's be honest too, Ryan, your social media platforms, your social media pages are more important than your website. Your website's where they go to after they've already stalked you, after they've already figured out if they like you, then they go to your website. That's how important this stuff is.
Totally. People are going to your Instagram page before your website 100%. And that's what we're trying to hammer home. Like, and having that grid that has like, just looks like a website. And when you look at like, 20 pictures in a row and it just all goes in sync, like people get that you're a marketer.
Yep. People are paying attention more than you realize too.
One of the reasons why I started this with Daria, we started this, is because I don't have time to do this. I'm busy. I'm selling property. I'm, negotiating deals. I'm showing houses. I'm taking out buyers. I'm running searches. I don't have time to like put together a grid and write really amazing copy like this. Like, that's why I think Very Social is the future for marketing for real estate agents, because it takes this off your plate. You as an agent, you have so many different things that you have to do every single day. Like, now social media it's 101. Like, you need to be on social media. But if you want to give it up and let an agency take it over, so you don't have to worry about it and it's going to be good, like, that's the whole purpose of this company.
We have a question real quick that I want to ask, and I'm going to answer it first. But the question is from Megan, which welcome Megan. She says, what percentage of your overall clientele is mortgage companies, any? And before you guys answer that, I'm going to tell Megan that I'm actually in mortgage. And so it's a good example to go look at what I do as your example, because you'll notice that I don't put out a lot about mortgage, but yet I still attract a ton of business. And so it's just a really good example for you. But I want to say this, as a mortgage person, Megan, the mortgage industry is behind the real estate industry. So if you're serious about this, like, you have so much opportunity, because luckily for us, our industry lags. And so therefore, those of us that get out there and get into this game, we're creating a competitive advantage for ourselves. Now you guys answer the other piece of the question.
Wait, what percentage of our clients?
What percentage of overall clientele is mortgage? Yeah.
You're our only client that's a mortgage.
There you go, Megan. Join me.
Yeah, no, most of our clients are real estate agents. We have some new developments. We have a title person. We have a real estate attorney. We have architects. We have a painting company. We're real estate focused. Jeff is our only mortgage broker. So, we're welcoming. We love to work with more mortgage brokers. We love working with Jeff.
Yeah, so just to let you know how we start working with clients. When we onboard the client, we provide them with a client questionnaire, where we really get to know who you are, your voice tonality, the industry you're working in. It's a really extensive questionnaire. They really study your business, study your website, your Instagram, your past listings, jobs you've done, whatever business it is. And we do a really deep research before we actually create content. And once we provide an audit, you will see a strategy in these content pillars really broken down for you. But when it comes, of course, to providing these infographics that you see here, it's a collaboration between us and our clients, because you're the industry leader and we're your creative agency, and we're really helping you to package it and really engage in a beautiful way. But we communicate with you to make sure that we post and create the content that actually correct, valuable, and looks like it's really portrays you as a knowledgeable person. So if it's even mortgage or real estate or whatever industry it is, we do take a really deep dive into your industry, making sure we also become experts in it. So you can see here, there are some really good examples of these infographics. We also have motivational quotes. We use that a lot for Jeff and lab coats, but also for our clients as well. These do really well. And we noticed that these infographics and the quotes, they get the most saves actually out of all of the posts people post. At first is infographics and quotes, then it's listings.
That's important what she just said too, though. A lot of people, we get stuck on views and likes, which actually are probably the least important metrics on social media. It's actually shares and saves, especially on Instagram. And so this is the kind of content, even though I'm a massive proponent of video, if anybody knows me and I do a lot of video, it's this stuff that actually is probably helping my algorithm more so than my videos, because this is the stuff they're saving and sharing and regurgitating.
Exactly. People nowadays are so bombarded with content. Their attention span is so short. So they just feel, oh yeah, my like is going to mean nothing to that person. So they stop liking. But if your content is really catching their eye, they will share it and save it. And going back to Jeff's point, for you to really bump up on the one's feed, you have to be engaging with your audience. So through questions, through polls, through all these things. So once you create that engagement, Instagram will track your page is highly popular for many people. So your posts are going to pop up on top of their feed all the time. So this really helps to beat the algorithm and actually put your content out there, because as you know, it's not in chronological order anymore for Instagram. It's based on the engagement. So yeah, here are some more examples of motivational quotes, infographics. You can see that we did this one for Jeff, and he mentioned he loves yellow and green. We put his handle on every single quote. So if anyone reposts these quotes, which happens, they make sure that they have his handle and other people can follow Jeff, and it's like a chain effect. So you can see here our graphic design capabilities as well. Ryan, do you want to talk about this one?
I love collaborations. I think anytime that you could, tag a business or somebody else, it's a proponent because they're then reposting your content. So something that I do that's really big is whenever I have a new listing in a different neighborhood. So I'm in Manhattan. So let's say I did like a Greenwich Village new listing. So then I'll like go into the neighborhood and I'll talk about like a coffee shop, a brunch spot, a restaurant, a bar, a museum. And so then I do a story and I'm like talking like, what, you should be in Greenwich Village because coffee here and brunch here. And I tag each one of the businesses and then they repost it. So it just gets me more exposure. And then people come, they look back at my post, they'll see the new listing. So I think like collaborating with small businesses is super important with other agents. Like today I went on a property tour and I saw 5 one-bedroom apartments. So now I'm gonna I took a bunch of pictures and I'm gonna do a story saying what's on the market in the Upper West Side for 1-bedrooms, and I'll have like a bunch of pictures and I'm gonna tag the other agents and they'll tag me back. So it's just connecting with people in your community as much as you can, giving somebody props, giving them attention, and it just gets you're getting on their radar.
Yeah, and again, as Ryan mentioned, like when you engage with like local community, you tag them, they repost you. This way you get more views and more followers and more engagement on your page. And here you can see example is actually our client. He was relocating from Manhattan to upstate. So for him, it was really important to showcase himself as leader in his community, to showcase, yeah, I'm moving, but I'm still an expert. I still know what's happening upstate, and just also getting to know people around and like local businesses around and becoming that industry leader. So once you do that, it's really important to be showcasing that you have connections with these local businesses and the areas you work in. And for instance, if you have any hot listings, for example, West Village, we would recommend, why don't you engage with local businesses in that area, showcasing potential buyers, how amazing the area is and what are the amazing coffee shops, restaurants, et cetera, that are around. Another thing that we actually notice whenever our clients engage and collaborate with local businesses this way, they also create partnerships where, for instance, one of the restaurants can cater your open house and things like that. So it's really beneficial to be in touch with the local businesses.
And just also real quick, I think to give Very Social some props here, like look at the design, these pictures weren't given to us. We had to source the pictures. We had to write the copy. This is something that, this is a lot of work. It takes time and effort. Like we're a high touch agency that really works on your brand. And this is an Instagram story, this is only available for 24 hours. But if you're, producing this type of content, on a weekly basis, people get it. They it has to be consistent and has to look good. And, it resonates with your community, with your sphere of influence, with your followers.
So here's another great engaging infographics, real estate infographics that we created about the mortgage. Speaking of mortgage.
So this is a typographic that leads to leads. This is what I was talking. I posted this, and look, it's got my logo. It's got really cool branding. I got 2 DMs and connected them with mortgage brokers. But this is like the value add. Like there's a lot of different parts up to a real estate agent's business. There's mortgages, there's contractors, there's painters, there's moving companies. There's all sorts of different businesses that are referral sources that we could connect with, that we could refer business to, and that we could just be the expert leader.
And Ryan's absolute favorite content.
I love memes, and I really have been pushing the Very Social team to add this to our marketing mix. So we'll do this for you. We'll come up with these memes for you, and they're hilarious. They're really funny. We're real estate agents. We're not heart surgeons. You have to laugh. You have to have some fun with this. So, when someone says they're looking for a real estate agent, looking for, you know, like, it's just like funny little lines, pulling back into the office after crushing a listing appointment. And these are little videos too. So, you know, we'll kind of give you an idea of a meme, and then we could write copy, like how that, you know, incorporates into you personally.
I've got a couple really good questions. Let me start with another one from Megan. She says, can you provide recommendations for getting more exposure? Because often in social, we're limited to our own audience we've created organically, non-paid effort. So kind of touch on how you help your clients grow their audiences.
Daria, you want to talk about the growth that we do?
Well, we just so many things to grow the followers organically. So of course, it's the content that you provide, like all the content pillars that we're discussing today. This will lead to a lot of new followers because they will see you provide value. So you have to make sure that your content is raw, real, engaging, and has knowledge and value in it. Of course, all the technical things like using the proper hashtags, geotags, tagging businesses which are relevant to the picture. Of course, posting on the times which are good to be posting. That's why we do monthly analytic support for our clients. So we do an audit for you at the beginning when we launch our strategy, but then each single month we will be doing this report again and again to see what has been working and what hasn't been working, looking at the numbers, looking at the content, providing feedback, changing the strategy. So being always on top of things and always screening how things are working is crucial for growth, because you can't just implement one strategy and roll with it for the rest of the year. Frankly, social media is just changing so quickly that we have to change our strategy every 2 weeks sometimes. But when it comes to also growing followers, one of the services that we have is manual follower growth. We have actually a dedicated person who manually engages with relevant hashtags, locations, geotags, and pages which are similar to your business or let's say even your competitors, and that person engages with their pictures, comments, likes, follows. So this way you're getting really targeted audience on your page. So for instance, if you're broker in New York City, we provide with all the top New York City locations, real estate related. We provide like the pages of the top real estate brokerages. So you're really like getting the audience which is relevant to your business, and they're not just like random followers, just increasing numbers. One thing that we do observe with our clients though, we get on average 300 new followers a month for our clients. So that's our average number.
That's a hell of a number. That's awesome. Thank you, Daria. So another question that I can add to, and then I'm gonna let you guys answer. Rosie asks, how much editing and writing does the agent who uses your service is involved on a weekly basis? Do you provide content, stories, graphics, etc.? And again, I can answer that because this is coming from a guy who, when they started emailing me in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have to create all this stuff. And here's exactly what happened. They studied me. They went and looked at my content, and I provided some stuff to them and said, you know what, here's a great example of something I would share, but I'm just going to go ahead and upload it into a shared Dropbox and let you guys post it, which they did for me. And since then, other than providing them with a bunch of personal, like family photos, I've literally done nothing. So they are taking it upon themselves to say, we've figured this guy out. We know what his content looks like. We know what his pillars are. We're going to create content around it. So I think the answer to the question is, and I know you guys can touch on this, is you can put as much or as little as you want into this based on what you want. I choose to sit back because I'm very satisfied with what they're doing for me. But you as an agent, for example, you might want to be, obviously putting your new listings or open houses or stuff very specific to the deals you're working on. And for that, you need to provide that to them. But outside of that, man, they can do they do pretty much everything for me. So hope that answers your question, Rosie, but I'll let you guys touch on that question as well.
Yeah, we're highly customized social media agency. We do everything for you. Like as Jeff said, we really study you in the beginning. We really try to understand your taste, your tonality of your voice. So all the captions sound like you. So when we provide you monthly calendars, that's how we work. You will see there's a picture, there's a copy, there are hashtags, dates, and this is the plan for the next month. And of course, before I start posting, we send it to you, be like, please let us know if you have any feedback, any edits, and once everything is finalized, we just start posting for you, and you know what's going to be happening for the next few weeks. We do understand that things happen on the spot as well as in real life, so we allow up to 2 edits a month. So for instance, you have like you closed a deal, or you have this family holiday we want to showcase, so you're more than welcome to email it to us, and we will insert it into our calendar for you within 24 hours. So we literally do everything from A to Z for you. And again, as Jeff said, it's up to you how much you want to be involved. We do like customers who are engaging, in a sense, love to create content. So we feel like if you're a real estate agent, you have to constantly provide us with images. So the more images you provide us, the more dynamic your page is. But all you have to do, as Jeff mentioned, is just drop it into the Dropbox folder, and that's it. We'll take care of the rest. We'll edit it for you, place it for you, write the copy for you. And all you will need to do at the end is just to approve it.
Correct. Now we're running short on time. I've got a couple more questions. I don't know how many more slides you guys got, so I wanted to kind of let you guys dictate where we go.
We can answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
here is just like a little, just showcasing here is just like a little graphics with different market reports showcasing updates on the market. Here you can see social media, real estate tips. It's just really showing you like the examples of the great content pillars.
I love it. I love it. And don't forget, if anybody wants access to the slides, we'll coordinate that. But let me jump to another question. So we have Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous. I'm not sure if that's a Mr. or Mrs. That says, I'm a marketing manager for a real estate group, and my CEO is insistent on a post at least once a day, sometimes more. I know that this confuses our own algorithm and can actually reduce exposure, but she isn't interested in backing off on number of posts. Can you speak to any ideas how to work with the high number of posts?
I do think that it just really depends on your business and how much work you have, like how many listens you have out there. We truly believe that posting every day during the weekdays is a strong strategy. And I think one post, I think if you really want to just go for it and really like accelerate your business, posting every day on your main feed during the weekdays, I think it's a really strong strategy, and posting your stories every day, including the weekend. But if you feel like you're already established, all you need to do is just like to be like, look, this is my branding, I want to be out there. I want to just like remind my audience that, you know, like this is my expertise, this is my listings. 3 times a week is fine. So, and we also think to be posting all the time, but make it balanced is where the content pillars come in. Of course, if you post like every single day you're listing, or every single day you post like some sort of market update, look, oh my God, again, he's talking about this, you know? That's why you have to really balance it out. You have to post about your family. You can post a meme, you post your listing, you really like engage with your audience in a different way. And like your content is not like super heavy on one topic, you know, or super nerdy. Like it has to be light as well, you know, it has to be easily consumed. So I think if your content is really like packaged in really engaging light way and looks beautiful, people will love to look at it, you know. Like I have even amazing like companies and influencers that I follow, they post 3 pictures a day, but the way they do it is just so organic and so light that I don't mind it.
I agree. And just from my own take, which again is a non-expert take, but somebody who uses social media and it's done wonders for my business, I feel like you really can't necessarily overpost. Remember, social media is so diluted, you really have no idea when your audience is going. Some might only go once every 5 days. And so you might think that your post on Monday was just killer, but half your audience isn't on social media Monday. So the importance of being consistent, so you're showing up in their feed more often, is actually the right thing to do. However, this is also where you should use your stories. So I make my stories 100% personal. Well, not 100%, but like 90% personal. So I vomit literally on my stories every day. I'm sharing my life. I'm telling the story of my life. And that's what you should be doing. And then I save the really profound or the best stuff for my feeds. And I know that's what Ryan and Daria preach because they told me that. And that is really the right strategy there. So I wouldn't be afraid of over posting. Just that's my opinion.
Yeah. And if you're even feeling like you're over posting, put it on the story.
There you go. Yeah.
People have made the decision they want to click on your icon or not, right? So it's not the feed where they kind of like steam things. But I truly believe that like when you know the type of content you're producing, the time when you're posting, I think that's when you're a winner. And honestly, I think if you have things to say, you should. People really feel it when you're really authentic and real, and it's not really like, so I'm saying like you shouldn't be posting like 10 market updates or whatever in 1 month. Like you shouldn't be just like looking really like customized and really like it's an agency doing work for you. You know what I mean? If you keep on posting like these perfect images full of information all the time, yes, it will be annoying. But when you actually follow all of these content pillars that we recommended during this presentation, I don't think anyone would even notice. They will enjoy it.
I agree. She's got a good follow-up question. How do you balance which homes get their own posts? So for example, if we are closing 5 homes a week, should we just choose one at random to make a pretty good closed post? Or should we be doing like a weekly summary of closed homes posts? Good question.
You want me to take that? So wow, congratulations. If you're selling 5 homes a week, I mean, in Manhattan, that's big time. You know, listen, you got to mix it up. You know, a lot of the posts that we do, sometimes like we'll list like 3 or 4 new properties. I wish I was selling them and not listing 3 or 4 properties in a week. But what we'll do is we'll have, you know, in one post, we'll have like, you know, 3 different pictures. So maybe, you know, you want to kind of mix it up throughout the week. And again, mixing it up, you know, having new listing, market reports, pictures of you, you know, you want that grid to look good. And the stories, you can post as much as you want in the stories. You know, I will say whenever you see somebody and they have like, you know, 20, you see the stories, you're like, oh God, what am I getting into here? You know, you probably don't want to have that many, but you know, the stories are where it's at. And our last month's seminar was all about Instagram stories. Like that's where I'm having my conversations. Like I'm having my conversations through DM, through direct message. You know, leads that lead to leads. Like, you know, you're posting, you know, a lot of the times I'll post my in-feed stuff on my story because people are looking at their stories and they're not looking at the in-feed. So, you know, that's where we feel that our clients are getting their leads from, that where they're converting the sales. It's through direct message. So, you know, pushing those Instagram stories is so important.
Yeah, and just to answer your question quickly, like you have so many deals like in 1 month, you can, let's say, prioritize the ones that you feel like are more important, like the client is really important to you. So showcase, of course, that, or the listing just look gorgeous and like looks so great on your feed. We'll recommend posting that. And maybe at the end of the month, you can have a nice post with a summary, like a gallery post with all of the listings. Be like, look, finish this month really strong, like 5 deals closed, and have a nice summary at the end of the month.
Perfect. And by the way, let me mention this. We're okay on time, so we're going to keep going as long as we've got stuff to talk about. So if anybody has to go, that's okay. If you want to stick around, please do. Another follow-up question, and this is the $1 million question that I've heard millions of different answers to. When is the best time to post?
There's no right or wrong answer here. It's really different for every single person. That's why we do these audits for you, where we look at your numbers, we look which times were working, which weren't, and then we play around and we experiment. So sure, numbers are there, but they're never 100% accurate. So we do a combination of like our expertise, common sense, and numbers. So we really, when we provide you an audit, we give you a recommendation when we think you should be posting certain things. And then after 1 month, we'll look at our strategy over again and reassess everything. And we can provide you with the new times, the new days, you know? But we feel like, but just to answer more like general, I would say posting information and facts and something that we want people to absorb. I think it's really important to post in the mornings, maybe early afternoon. That's when people are actually checking their social media and their minds are more sharp. We noticed that like after lunch till late evening is like the least engaging period of time. And then towards the evening, that's when engagement picks up again.
Awesome. I've got a question from Jonathan Baker, who says he would like to know if you guys are available for further questions, not necessarily hiring the full service, but just questions specific to their team or maybe only a consultation. So what's the best way to reach you guys off here?
Yeah, definitely. We're happy to talk and listen, we're in the real estate industry. We want to help people. We want to give advice. We're doing these every month. So I'm happy to, put together a consultation and work out certain packages for certain clients. You can reach us at on our Instagram page at verysocialnyc, and please follow me, Ryan G Sales NYC. Give me some likes, give me some comments. I'm always really trying to push the page as a real estate agent that markets themselves on social media. And, I always like to brag that I'm Very Social's first client. So I'm a client. I honestly don't know how to do any of this stuff. And I don't even have time to do this. Like after this webinar, like I'm showing 6 or 7 apartments. I'm super busy. Like I don't even have time to do this kind of stuff. But, I work with the Very Social team to get my content out there, the same people that you're working on. And, you can visit us on our website at www.verysocialnyc.com.
And to reiterate, Ryan's IG is Ryan G Sells NYC. So just, you can check that out, or Very Social NYC is.
Or Jeff, they should follow you on Insta too, so they can see what we do.
I didn't want to throw that out there because I didn't want to look like I'm trying to do it, but thank you. Another question from Rosie. She very simple question. How do you capture the leads?
So capturing the leads is, it's having a conversation through DM. When somebody reached out to me and said they wanted to get it pre-approved, I said, okay, great. I'll hook you up with, with my lender. What's your email? So what are you thinking about, doing? Are you renting or buying? It's having that conversation, just like you're, sitting at a coffee shop and you overhear somebody talking about, thinking about buying, or, one of your mother-in-law tells you that they have a friend that's looking to sell. That's what this is. Like right now we're in this virtual world. Like, we're not going to events. Like people are on these IG lives and just like connecting through Instagram. Like this is this new world that we're in. Like when we're in a post-COVID world, like our likes, our engagement has like gone up over 150%. Like people are on Instagram, people are on their phones, they're out less, they're on their phones more. It's kind of crazy. I know, we're in this new world, but how do we capture leads? You answer back and you have a conversation. We're real estate agents. We love to talk. We love to communicate. So just, respond to them. And if you put out really good content, people are going to respond to you.
And of course, you have a website that has pixels. You can also track how many of them came through Instagram. So if we talk more technically, you can track it that way as well.
I love it. And by the way, I wanted to mention as well, because I left it out as an idiot, Daria's Instagram handle is at My Secret Avenue. So if you want to go look at two ugly people, go look at Ryan and Jeff. But if you want pure beauty, not only from a personal perspective, but also just an aesthetic look and real estate and photos, go follow My Secret Avenue. That's a no-brainer. Sorry, Daria.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, you guys want to wrap it up? And we've got no other questions, so we've cleaned it out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for having us. Lab Coats and working with you and Tristan has been like unbelievable. You guys are great clients to work with. You guys provide good content. And we elevate it. And that's what we do. We collaborate with our clients to elevate their brand on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media in general. We're real estate focused. Like I'm a broker. Like I saw a need in the industry for an agency that really got what real estate agents were doing. And honestly, I feel like at a price point that's affordable. Our target market is an agent that's probably doing anywhere from like, $5 million to $30 million in sales, because if you're doing that type of business, you're probably too busy to do social media at the kind of level that your clients expect it to be done. So, having an agency like us that's actually affordable and that price point really makes sense. If you're a new agent that's just starting out, it's definitely an investment. But this is an investment in your brand. And I'm such a proponent, because I'm an entrepreneur. Like you have to run your business like a business. You cannot run your business on a deal to deal basis. Like you have to look a year out. And I think investing in your social media in today's virtual world is vital to you being successful.
Yeah, it's a new reality. Before it used to be, I don't know, billboards, back of the buses, newspapers. Now it's social media. It's a new form.
That's right. That's
Well
right.
said,
Thank you.
Daria.
Thank you guys so much again for being on.
Guys. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you guys. We'll talk soon.
Bye.